Hey everybody, Sean with Engearment.com. Really excited here at Outdoor Retailer Snow Show with our friend John. John, thanks for having us here.
Of course, thank you for coming.
My pleasure, sir. So what's new with Yakima?
So with Yakima, we've got a few new things for 2020, most notably for the fall season. The first thing I'll show you is this new bike rack. As you can see, a hitch-mounted bike rack built specifically for e-bikes. I say specifically for e-bikes. It accommodates e-bikes. It'll also accommodate mountain bikes. It'll accommodate bikes with fenders. It'll accommodate street bikes. Pretty much anything you want to put on it. But a lot of the cool features about this bike make it great for e-bikes. In that there is a ramp, as you can see here. The ramp actually snows on the rack itself while you're traveling. When you get to where you're going, it slides neatly into the tray and then allows for easy on-off of your bikes.
Oh, sweet.
Capacity of 2 bikes up to 65 pounds apiece. A lot of kind of, what do I say, customization to it in terms of adjustability of the fit. So the different contact points here slide up and down the mast. They can mount to your seat post, to your tubes, just depending on how whatever type of bike you have, how you want them sort of oriented side by side or in the trays. The trays themselves move so you can offset them. It allows for a very functional and customizable way to transport e-bikes, which tend to be quite heavy. The cradles are updated to be more friendly on rims. The whole thing, when you have the bikes attached to it, it'll pivot down a little bit to allow for hatch clearance and clearance for tailgates. And without bikes on it, the mast folds down and the whole unit folds up to get out of the way.
Very cool.
So in addition to all the great innovative aspects of this bike rack, which is called the on-ramp, might be the coolest thing about it might be the price. MSRP is only $549, which brings it in about $300 lower than a lot of the other e-bike racks that are currently on the market. So
that's very cool.
Yeah, we're pretty excited about this. In addition to the e-bike rack, we want to also talk about some new additions to the cargo box line. We'll go over here.
Yeah, that seems pretty sturdy.
Yakima, of course, is well known for their cargo boxes, in particular the Rocket Box and the Skybox lines of cargo boxes that have been available for some years now. For 2020, Yakima is coming out with 2 additional lines of cargo boxes. One is called the Grand Tour, which we'll show you in a little bit, but I want to start with the CBX line. Again, an entirely new line of cargo boxes. As you can see, sort of an updated exterior aesthetic here with a sort of micro-texture finish to kind of appeal to people. It's following trends that you see in the automotive world, appeal to people, with all kinds of different vehicles, but folks with more high-end vehicles are looking for something a little more sleek, a little bit more modern. I think we've done that with the CBX line. The CBX line includes 3 different models. There's an 18 cubic foot, a 16 cubic foot, and then a separate 16 cubic foot, which features an integrated solar panel. This is the first mass-produced cargo box with an integrated solar panel in the roof. You might be saying to yourself, why would I need a solar panel on my rooftop cargo box? This allows you to charge your devices, your portable batteries, whatever else you might have when you're going off-grid. You don't want to have to run an inverter through your vehicle. You don't want to have to start your vehicle to charge something. You want to save your gas, especially if you're overlanding, things along those lines. This allows you to run a campsite, basically, through the power of the sun. The CIGS solar panel here is extremely durable. Basically, you cannot damage this thing. It's impervious to extreme heat, impervious to extreme cold, impact resistant. You don't have to worry about hail affecting it, rocks flying around, as you're driving down the road. This thing will last. It's a 36 watt panel with a 5-volt output up to 3 amps. And there are 2 different USB ports inside for charging devices.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's really pushing the innovation envelope. In fact, it's a finalist in the Innovation Awards here at Outdoor Retailer this week. So we'll find out on Thursday if we've won.
What a great concept. Seriously, I mean, why not put a solar panel on the very top of the vehicle, on top of cargo box? It's right there.
Yeah.
It's free real estate.
It's free real estate, exactly.
Yeah.
So we might as well utilize it.
Sweet.
So in addition to the solar innovation, there's some kind of neat design touches here. I'll start with the mounting hardware. As you can see, it's very low profile in order to maximize the internal space of the box. There's some grooves that are cut into the bottom of the box to allow it to sit lower to the crossbars, improve your fuel efficiency, cut down on noise, things like that, because you're minimizing the space between the box and the vehicle. They attach, the clamps attached to the crossbars with this torque limiting tool. You get it on there, give it a crank, and when you hear that click, then you know it's on there, good to go.
It's a very, very smart tool.
And it too stores out of the way nicely to again help maximize the space inside.
Genius.
Yeah, so the CBX line will be available this fall, probably looking at like mid-August. MSRP on the solar is $12.99. On the 16 cubic foot model without the solar panel is $8.49, and then the 18 cubic foot will be $9.49 MSRP.
Excellent. So a very for high-end vehicles, it's a very high-end cargo box. But the solar panel, that's sort of
puts it over the top. Yeah, for sure. And then I had mentioned the Grand Tour line. Grand Tour was actually unveiled at the Summer OR show last year. There's a 16 and an 18 cubic foot model in that line. As you can see, perhaps even more premium, even more kind of upscale with the glossy finish, the chrome badging, all that stuff. You know, appeals to your Audi and Tesla owners out there. You know, they want something that kind of fits the look and feel of their vehicle more so than, you know, utilitarian kind of skybox.
Yep.
Anyway, Grand Tour's got a lot of the same features that I just showed you with the CBX in terms of the mounting, low profile mounting hardware, but new for fall 2020. So the 16 and the 18 in the Grand Tour line are available in spring. Fall 2020 we'll see this guy. This is the Grand Tour Low. It sits just 11.5 inches above the crossbars and still maintains a 15 cubic foot capacity inside. So even more streamlined, even more low slung for getting your stuff from A to B in a very stylish and sleek way.
Extremely stylish. I have a low profile from a different company. It's not very attractive. But I have a 4Runner in our garage. I had to go low profile to get it in
Just
there.
to get it in there.
Yeah. But so for people like me who have a nice vehicle like that, this is sexy.
Sure, and I mean you're talking about, you know, pulling into parking garages, you know, and you know, pulling into condos where you're going skiing or whatever else. You don't have to worry about, you know, having to remove the box when you're parking the vehicle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very streamlined.
So that's what's new from Yakima for 2020 so far. There will be some more products introduced later in the year, but this is what we're really pumped about right now.
It's very cool stuff. Thanks for your time, John, as always.
Of course, my pleasure.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.